Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for Elden Ring. It feels so good to say that after 2 years since my last Elden Ring guide. It feels so good to make another one. This time I'm going to show you how to easily kill Mohg, Lord of Blood. This does require that you have access to Mohg, which I feel like is obvious, but we need access to the Dynasty Mausoleum Midpoint Site of Grace at the very least. I did this by doing White Mask of Vare's questline that does require online play, so it'll require a subscription to PS Plus or Xbox Live. On Steam, you could just do this without, because obviously PC players don't pay for online services. But if you don't have access to those services, then you will need to do this by going through the consecrated snowfields. I'll leave a link to my original Mohg guide of how to reach him. But White Mask of Vare's questline can be done in Liurnia of the Lakes. It goes from the first step in Limgrave into Liurnia of the Lakes, and then you finish it all there. It does require some online play, though. Okay, so very important, in order to get this glitch to work, Mohg has to be spawned. In order to do that, if this is your very first time visiting him, you need to enter his boss arena. Once the cutscene finishes, or you can skip the cutscene, you need to exit the game by going to the start menu and then exiting the game. And then coming back in will put you outside of the boss fog. That means that he is spawned, so he will always be spawned there. However, if you die on any attempts of this glitch, or if you leave for whatever reason, you will always need to take the elevator back up to his boss fog every single time, because he will not spawn until you take that elevator up. Very, very important that you respawn the boss, otherwise he will not die using this glitch. Okay, so once the boss is spawned, take the elevator back down, and then we are going to do a series of tricky jumps. Now, I'm going to unintentionally, successfully fall and survive, but I am going to show you the more intended method. So the general idea is you want to drop onto this platform here, walk into the wall, and then as you begin to climb it, you want to jump. Do not run, just walk up the wall and then jump, and then you will land on a platform below it. Now, I'm going to cut the footage here and show the intended path. We're going to start at the start again from that side of Grace. We're going to drop onto this little platform here, and then we're going to walk and then jump forward. So as soon as we begin to climb the invisible wall, keep walking and jump forward. And then we're going to do a running jump off of that ledge, but you don't want to jump until you begin to climb another invisible wall. So just run forward, and then as you begin to climb an invisible wall, that's when you want to take a leaping jump. And then from here, we're going to go back to the original footage where we're going to kill Mohg. So cutting back to that, follow this path until you get to a bloody rock face. Jump down. You'll be able to summon Torrent at this point. Do a running double jump with Torrent. You will automatically get dismounted once you cross the gap. And then we're going to climb this next rock here. Recommend applauding any player messages you find along the way. Give people some love. Okay, go ahead and climb that wall simply just by running and jumping up invisible walls. It's pretty easy, it just looks a little funky. On the other side of that wall, you can summon Torrent once again, and then this is the area where we perform the glitch. So, in between these two rocks is a crevasse, and we're going to fall down this crevasse. Now, it's very, very important that when you jump into the void, you double jump. So use any gold pickled foul foot to increase the amount of runes you're going to get. Equip your gold scarab talisman if you have it, and then begin the glitch. So, like I said, we need to double jump into the crevasse. And the reason for that is because when you double jump on Torrent, you're able to swing your sword repeatedly. So it's very important that you double jump into this void and then just keep swinging your sword. If you don't swing your sword, you will hit the death plane and die. But for some reason, double jumping allows you to repeatedly swing your sword, and you just keep skipping the death planes. I'm not doing anything special here other than repeatedly hitting R1, just kind of mashing it, and that's it. You just do this for a while, and then as the world unloads, all of the enemies will fall through the world to their death, and you will gain the runes. So because I use a gold pickled foul foot, and because I have the gold scarab, this whole process, including killing Mohg, is going to net me over 1 million runes. Now, what I will say is this isn't exactly a viable farm method. The more reliable farm method in Mohgwyn Dynasty is to just shoot the big bloody crow from across the gap near the very first site of Grace, the one near the blood pools and everything. Just take a compound bow, shoot that crow, and then it'll run and fall to its death. you could just repeat that process over and over, and it's much faster than farming the 200k runes you're going to get out of this process. But eventually, Mohg dies, and then we get another 655k, and then all you have to do to get out of this is just warp. But you do want to be kind of quick because you're not going to be swinging your sword while in the map menu. So if you want to be super quick, just bring up the map, press triangle, square, and X, and that will bring you immediately to round table hold. That's a shortcut. Otherwise, you can just select a nearby warp point and go there. Now, I do want to show you that after we warp, I'm going to take the elevator back up to Mohg's boss room, and he's not going to be there, and that's because he's dead, and the Site of Grace will be available to you. And if you're like me, you're trying to grind up a fresh character for the DLC. Maybe your character, like mine, is on New Game Plus. You don't want to go through a From Software DLC on New Game Plus. Maybe in 2016 you went through the Bloodborne DLC on New Game Plus for your first time, and you don't want to repeat that experience, so you want a fresh character. That's what I did, and you do need to kill Mohg in order to access the DLC. That is confirmed. And that's it. That's how you kill Mohg with a reliable cheese strategy. Again, this was recorded on May 30th, 2024 on the current patch of Elden Ring on PlayStation 5. I do want to give a huge shout out to another YouTuber named Tyrannicon. I actually found a video of his that showed this method, but in that video it mentioned that you had to like constantly spawn the boss by going into the boss fog and quitting out, but I tested it a little bit further, and it's really just spawning the boss by getting up there, so I wanted to kind of update the guide myself. But that's it. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Elden Ring, especially Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new videos go live. If you need help with anything else in Elden Ring, I covered the game in depth back in 2022. I'll leave a link to all the playlists in the description. I have videos for every single boss, except for a couple death birds that I've missed that I've been going through on stream. But I have guides for all the bosses, all the puzzles, and a full playthrough walkthrough to get you through the entire game from start to finish, narrated in a more casual setting. I'll leave links to all that in the description. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button below this video. And you can also leave a super thanks by clicking the heart icon below this video. Don't forget to join my community Discord. The link for that is in the description below. I also want to give a quick shout out to the folks in my stream this evening or this morning that were hanging out as I was getting this glitch to work and keeping me company. I want to thank Don't Tap on Glass, Anime Compilations or Horizon Herbs, Motosim Afridi, as well as AJ Collins and Ellis. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. It was a pleasure. All right, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.